Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today I have a really nice release from Spinnaker Watch Company. Now this is the mid-size Cahill version. Now the Cahill was available in a bigger size a while ago. Actually a couple years ago they had a much bigger one. But this is their new and improved Cahill mid-size on a bracelet. Now here's the typical box it actually comes in. Cardboard box. And you open it up, there's a polishing cloth inside and your watch. Nothing too fancy. Let's get into the review. But first, let's see what's actually on my wrist today. It is Thanksgiving and I am thankful for this 1803. I've been wearing this watch a lot lately. As you can see, this watch is actually from 1980. Can you believe that? And it's in pretty good condition. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you probably know I purchased this one about a year ago, actually more than a year ago. And it's still going strong, had a full service and everything. Definitely a really nice watch with that champagne dial and the Romans. I really do like that. And let's get into the Spinnaker now. And here it is right in front of you. This is SP5075-22, just one of the variants of the Cahill midsize. As you can see, it's a very nicely sized watch. Basically the size that people are looking for in today's times. Things have gotten a bit smaller lately, as you've noticed with many other brands, micro brands and such. A lot of people are producing 38. Basically 40 and under is the new in, it seems to be. You can really get a nice glimpse of that blue dial there, as you can see. It is a rough blue dial, as you can see there also, with a sapphire crystal. You can actually see the blue AR coating on there as well. And let's get off with some basic specifications. This watch is housed in a solid 316L stainless steel case. It does feature a 40mm diameter, which is just the perfect size. In terms of case thickness, we're looking at about 13mm. So it's really all not that thick either. It's very slender and slim, and it does have a lug-to-lug span of 50mm. As you can see there, very nice brushing work and some nice polished tips on tops of the brushed lugs here. Very good job on that. We do have the Spinnaker logo engraved here on the flank of the watch. I know some of you are a fan of that, some of you are not, but it's pretty neatly done. I think it has a nice little vibe to it, you know. You don't really notice it when it's on the wrist, obviously, that much, but it's definitely there. Now, getting in a little closer, as you can see, this obviously is an automatic watch. We are using the Miyota 8215, which some people hate and some people don't mind. Personally, it doesn't really matter if it's an NH35 or an 8215 to me. I kind of do prefer the NH35 and most of the other Spinnaker watches, but I can kind of accept that, considering this watch is just perfectly sized and everything is just really nice. So if we get a closer look here, we'll go over the movement in a little bit if you don't know the specifications. But the dial itself is very reminiscent of a Submariner. As you can see here, we have the Mercedes hand. We have a pretty typical dive style layout with the applied markers, which are filled with very good lume. The lume has improved. If you watched the last video of the new Spinnaker Amalfi, which is doing signups now for a release, that watch had crazy lume. This watch is no exception either. This watch has very strong superluminova that glows green on the rotating bezel and on all the markers and the hands, and of course the lollipop tipped seconds hand, which is in orange, matching the 500 feet or 150 meters down here. So getting to water resistance, we do have 150 meters of water resistance. I wouldn't call it a true dive watch. I would definitely call it a capable watch. You can definitely take it in the water and the ocean. You will be fine. No one really uses these watches to actually go diving. There's computers for that nowadays. But, some people do throw a dive watch on their opposite hand, I think. Anyway, we have a date aperture over at 3. Everything is pretty simple. Now, the unidirectional rotating bezel features an acrylic insert here, as you can see, which is lumed. Kind of a vintage style here, I suppose. It does have some very nice grip on the side, which is polished, kind of like teeth. Very nice there. If I didn't state earlier, the crystal is a genuine sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. We get a screw down crown. Anyway, back to the bezel. So the bezel action is actually really good. Quite surprised by it. Very nice. Not so easy, but not so hard. Very precise. And everything does line up perfectly to that 12 o'clock position. So no Seiko misalignments on these Spinnaker watches. Getting to the H-Link style bracelet. Solid stainless steel. Very nicely done. Very fluid. It feels very nice. 20mm lug width here. And it does come with a nice signed Spinnaker clasp, solid end links, a milled clasp, and a diver's extension. I thought that was pretty nice of them to do there. We get that same diver's extension on the Amalfi as well that I reviewed, I believe, yesterday. Now this watch does have 3 micro adjustments, which some might approve, some might not, although I'm not too crazy about the micro adjustments. Usually 3 is enough for me, but everything is very solid and clamps down very securely, so I don't think you'll have any issues there. This bracelet can accommodate up to at least an 8.5-inch wrist in my opinion, so I would not worry about that. Other than that, it's a very finely made bracelet. I really like it. Everything fits well on the end links here. No issues there. This does curve nicely, so the bracelet can lay flat on the back side of the case. Okay, some other stuff about this watch. Back to the movement. We have an 8215, the Japanese Miyota automatic movement. Screw down crown here, which is very easy to grip. Pop it out. Nice solid pop, as you can see there. First position is self-winding, which most of you probably already know. This movement does not have hacking. It does have self-winding, and does have a quick set date over at the 3 o'clock position. It beats at 3 Hertz. Now the first position we can quick set the date, which is always pretty snappy with these movements. Final position we can set the time here. And that's pretty much about it. Very simple, very easy to use. Push this back in and screw the crown back down. That's pretty much it. Now I want to show you a nice Lume shot because the Lume is getting better and better every release on these Spinnaker watches. So let me shine the torch on it and let's get into it. And here is a Lume shot. This thing shines really, really bright. It's definitely just as bright as Seiko Lume bright in my opinion. I mean, just get a look at this. The bezel is lumed as well as those markers, which are really, really bright. A bit brighter than the rotating bezel in my opinion, but just as bright as the Mercedes hour hand and the Sword minutes hand. Just very nice Lume, very strong, very potent, and reactive. If you had a 6.5-inch wrist like me, this is how this 40mm watch would look on your wrist. It wears very nice on the wrist. It does not pull hair with this H-link style bracelet. As you can see, top down, it really, really looks right at home. That's a 40mm case with a 50mm lug-to-lug. So definitely really, really nice on the wrist. So there you have it guys, the new Spinnaker Cahill MidSize. This watch is available for immediate purchase. You can also save 20% on this watch or any other Spinnaker timepiece using the code WA20. That will be down in the description below if you happen to forget. Anyway, what do I think of this watch? I think it's a very nice looking watch, probably my favorite release so far of the year. Would I prefer an NH35 over the 8215? I don't know. I mean, I can kind of sacrifice the whole design and the whole size of it for the NH35. I think I can do that. So I don't think that should be a problem. The watch is very well built. The new bracelets are very nice. They're constantly making improvements, this brand. Every release they're adding new things and they're definitely improving things. So I think they're on the right path and they've been on the right path for a while. They seem to sell out of every style they come out with. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. Definitely throw me a like if you enjoyed this video. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I have a lot of interesting stuff coming up. Follow me at Watch Addict Channel on Instagram or at www.watchaddictchannel. That is my blog. I really hope to see you guys real soon, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.